All right, hey, not to worry. Our problems are about to be solved. I mean, I figured it was about time I stepped up and did something. So here we go. I've written some letters. They're going to solve the problem. Got this taken care of. Mr. President, got some things I want him to hear. Madam Secretary, got to take care of the Congress. They need to get some things together. I wrote head judge. That's because I didn't want to say Chief Justice. Too many letters writing backwards like this. But write them. Local governments, I figured this type of address works for my utility bill, so it'd probably work for the governors too. We got he never writes back, so I'm not sure why I'm trying that one. But don't worry, got the CDC, got the rock band WHO, or maybe that's the World Health Organization. But anyway, I'm pretty sure once these letters, don't worry, put up a little red flag. Once these letters get there, our problems are solved. I've told them how to straighten some things out. No more nastiness, name calling, partisan politics stuff. We're going to get it all straightened out. Do you ever get the feeling that there's really nothing you can do? I mean, you look at the world and you think, man, this is tough. And the toughest thing about this is, I don't know what I can do. I don't know how I can solve the problems. Is there any role that I can have? It's just kind of like we just have to keep letting things happen. I was looking at some verses that might be familiar. They're in the book of Colossians, chapter 3. And in verse number 17, you might recognize this. Paul wrote and he said, whatever you do in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, giving thanks to God through him. And then a few verses later in 23, he says, whatever you do, work heartily as unto the Lord. Kind of like a little repeat message there, which basically says, hey, when you don't know what else to do, when you can't get involved in the big picture, when you are a pastor of a couple hundred people in the village of Edwardsburg, maybe you can't get the attention of the Congress and the president and everybody else and get things cleaned up. But here's what you can do. You can live your life each day, each activity as unto the Lord, giving your very best for him. Those verses that I read, 17 and 23 in Colossians 3, they sandwich a section of verses that I like to call the rules for relationships, things about loving your wife and not exasperating your kids and things like that. And it just reminds me of the importance of those relationships, that these are the things, if you want to call them the little things, fine. I don't think they are in God's eyes, but these little things that we want to do our very best for the Lord Jesus Christ. So if you have that feeling of helplessness, man, what can I do in the big picture? Maybe you ought to focus on what can I do? Where can I give my very best for the Lord Jesus Christ today?